Hi everyone, this screencast is going to describe the flip format which will be used to cover Chapter 14, the digestive system and metabolism. Now I talked about this in class today, but it was very quick and it was right before your exam. And also there are some students that were not in class today because they opted not to take the exam, which is just fine. So very quickly, let's take a look at the document that I passed out in class today, which describes the flip format. I'm at the second page. Let me go to the top here. So this is the document that I passed out in class, and I also attached this to an email to you for those of you who lost this or were not in class today. The top part explains the flip format and then also talks about, okay, what do you do before class? What do you do in class? What do you do after class? And in brief, what the flip format is what it takes what you usually do at home, which is studying, and you'll actually do that in class. And what you typically would do in class, which is listen to me, your instructor, lecture, you'll actually be doing that at home. So you'll be logging in the Blackboard, watching the lecture online, and then you'll actually be coming to class to actually discuss the material which was on the lecture with me, your instructor, and also other students in class. Now, let me go down to the second page, and this basically shows you what we'll be discussing and what videos you need to watch for the next 3 days of class. So for Wednesday, April 22nd, this coming up Wednesday, you'll want to watch the video, the lectures overview of the digestive system and the oral cavity, pharynx, and esophagus. Okay, so let me show you where you can find those. So if you go on to Blackboard and go where you normally would go for lecture materials, course documents, lecture, and scroll down. I'm going to clean this up a little bit so you won't have to scroll down as far. Go to Chapter 14, the digestive system. Now this is right here is an outline of all the screencasts which cover the digestive system. I handed this out in class today, right? And so here you have, there are, if I'm not mistaken, there are about 6. So here are the first 2 you're supposed to do. Overview of the digestive system. Notice I have how long they are. This one's 16 minutes, 22 seconds. This second one is 18 minutes, 12 seconds. I also list for each screencast the learning objectives. And you'll want to use this document as your review sheet for this chapter. Then there's the remaining screencasts, which you'll have to complete for other days. And in total lecture on the chapter is 1 hour 46 minutes. Okay, I'm going to exit out of this. Next, I want to show you where you can find each screencast. Here are the 2 that you're supposed to watch for Wednesday. Let's go into that folder. Here's the actual video here, but what you'll want to do is actually print out the slides just like you would for the in-class lecture. You want to treat this online lecture just like a in-class lecture. Print out the slides, have the slides available so that you can take notes and follow along with them as you watch the video. I'm going to pull up the video very briefly just so you can see what it looks like. This screencast can be viewed on pretty much any device, an iPad, an iPhone, an Android device, tablets, etc. Okay, and so you can pause it, you can go forward, you can go back. So if there was anything that you missed that you want to take a look at again, you can do so. Following each video, I also have some self-tests. These are not graded. Well, they're graded in that you can, after you submit them, you can find out what you know and what you don't know. But they will give you a grade, but that grade will not in any way affect your actual grade for the course. Okay, it is simply a way for you to test, hey, did I understand the material? I encourage you after you watch the screencast that you complete at least self-test number 1. And then what I would do is any that you missed, if you don't understand the concept or learning objective that was tested by the question, that you write your questions down and bring them to class with you. And then after we have our class session on this chapter, or on this screencast, I should say, then do self-test number 2. It'll be your second test on the material covered on the screencast. Now, after you watch these screencasts, in preparation for Wednesday, you'll need to complete, or at least you'll need to look at the learning activity for Wednesday. So every student has been assigned one of 5 learning activities. And so look over the learning activity. It gives you a scenario, and then it asks you some questions. So look over the learning activity, answer the questions to the best of your ability, and then when you get to class on Wednesday, I'm going to separate you by learning activity. That is, there'll be 5, 6 other people with the same learning activity. You'll get together with them and you will discuss that learning activity, talk about your answers, and then you'll elect someone to present your results to the rest of the class. So that's pretty much how the flip format will work. This covers the learning activity and what you need to do for Wednesday. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you.